Different modeling technique inside Cinema 4D. First one we learn about spline modeling technique. It's the easy one to understand. For creating a spline model, we have to create some basic spline primitives or object by using this panel option, or you can create by using a create option, create menu, and spline option. First one is a freehand. I can go over here and can draw it like this. It's very easy to draw. Whenever you create any spline inside perspective view, we can't get a perfect angle of that spline. So when I rotate that, you can see it's a little bit slanted over here. So always recommended that whenever you create any spline, whenever you want to create any spline, always use any orthographic view like a top, front, left, or right. I just delete this one. I press F2 to go orthographic view. Now inside this top view, I can draw a freehand spline. You can see like this. Again I press F1 for perspective view. Now you can see it's perfectly on that grid. So this you can create a very nice spline by using the orthographic view. Orthographic view to create spline. I back to top view, and inside this attribute manager I can see the property of this spline. All things are same like a basic and coordinate, but we can see changes inside object option. So here we can see the first option is called type. I can click on this Bezier to linear, so you can see the smoothness of that curve is change, cubic, Akima, B-spline, or Bezier. If you want to close this spline, very easily you can close it. Just click on this close spline option and you can see it's closed over there. These all options are very important to create a smoothness of the object, but right now we're not going to use it. Later on I will tell you how to use this and how can we create better model by using these smoothness options. Whenever we finish creating any spline, Cinema 4D directly jump to the point option over here, so you can modify it very easily. I select on this move tool, I select this point, and easily I can move that point like this. I can change this handle for smoothness. To just modify one side handle, I can press shift and just change handle from one side. If you want to add more point on this spline, press Ctrl and click over here to add more point on this spline. I delete this spline to create another spline option. I click over here. The next thing was the Bezier one. In Bezier option, you can create a curve like this to create a spline. You can press enter to finish it. And for modification, you can click on this point option, select the point, and you can modify same like a freehand option. I delete this too. Next one is a B-spline option. Very smooth to create like this. The same option over here like a close option and type of the interpolation. I click on this object mode or model mode and I delete this spline from my object manager. Next one is linear, a straight one. You can't create curve by using this. This is it just a straight line like this. I click on this model option and I delete this by using this object manager. The next thing, cubic, like this. delete. Next one, Akima. You can see the smoothness of this spline a little bit different than other one. You can use any spline as per as your choice to create better model. I click on this model mode and I click and delete this spline too. Next one is a basic shapes, some geometrical shape over here. I can click on this arc. You can see I'm creating arc over here. Here you can see a little bit change over here. Type arc or sector or segment, radius of this ring like this. I keep it as an arc. You can change the start angle of this arc, end angle of this arc, and plane. For plane I have to press F1. So you can see the difference between plane. Right now in a Z and X axis, I can make it X and Y, or I can keep it as a Y and Z like this. I keep it as a XY or XZ. Okay, again the same option for smoothness. Okay, reverse actually change the starting point of this spline from here to here or here to here. It depends on your start. Next one is a circle. Again, you can see I press F2 to see it from different orthographic view like this. I can change the ellipse size. Ellipse, I can make it an ellipse or a ring. I can change the radius like this or radius like this. If I keep it as a circle, I can change the radius of all object in a one go. Again the same option like a plane and reverse like other spline option. Next spline option is a helix. Okay, for this we have to see 4 viewport. So you can see over here I can go and change the start radius. You can see it looks like a spring over here. You can change the start angle like this, end angle like this. You can change it. For numerical calculation I can directly type here like 1000 multiplied by 5 and you can see it's a 5000. So for any numerical parameter you can create or modify any property by using these small calculation options. I can change the bias of this effect. I can change the height of this helix like this. And subdivision, again for smoothness we can modify that. See, if I less the subdivision you can see it look like a thread, but when I increase that it look like a spring like this. Again you can change the plane like XY, YZ or XZ. Next spline option is N side. Okay, you can change the size of this N side or sides of this N size like this, roundness of the edges, so you can see it looks smoother. You can change the radius of this roundness also like this. The same thing available like a plane and reverse like other objects. Next one is rectangle. You can see it from other views. It's a very flat one. You can change the width, height and roundness of this rectangle like this. Next one is a star. You can change the inner radius of the star outer radius of the star, twist percentage of the star, and a point of the star, like this. So I can create this type of nice object by using the star option. Next one is a text. Very important to create titles, motion graphics. So I click on this text, just click over here. Okay, click on this text. You can type whatever you want. For a font, you can click here to get more font. Whatever you install inside your computer, all the font can we use it inside this option. Height of this file, horizontal spacing, and vertical spacing. It's normally for 2 lines. Separate letters, so you can see the each and every letter in a separate manner. You can move that.